Hi, this is Mark Schwimmer with Home for the Holidays Bootcamp tip number 5. What I want to discuss with you now is a type of person that you may have run across in your life but didn't really know that this is actually a type of person. And this is a person that's called a polarity responder or mismatcher. And what they do is that they'll generally answer no, or any statement that you make, they'll answer in direct opposition to what it is that you are putting forth. And one of the things that you can do with them is, you see, what they do is they actually sort for difference. They sort for what's different about what you're saying based on what they actually believe. And they're always going to assert the thing that nuance, that difference, it's always going to make them uncomfortable, and they've got to challenge it. So if you have a disruptive employee or disruptive teenager or a relative who's always interrupting and wanting to put forth their point that's in direct opposition with what everyone else is saying, one of the things, if you're having a conversation with them, that you can do is you say, would you do me a favor? Generally they'll say, sure, what can I do for you? And you say, well, only if you want to. You don't have to. I don't want to put you out. And they'll respond, they'll go, no, what is it? And that's what polarity responders do often. They start with no right off the bat. Okay, what I wanted to ask you is, would you listen closely to what's going on? And if you hear that I've said anything or something that isn't quite in keeping with what you think should be going on, would you bring it to my attention right away? And they'll go, sure, okay, and they'll be a little tentative because no one's actually ever said something like that to them. And you go, well, I know you're going to find something, so I want you to bring it to my attention. And they'll go, okay. And this is a polarity responder trap. If they find something wrong with what you're saying and bring it to your attention, then they've done what you've asked them to do. And if they don't, then they haven't been true to their polarity. Either way, you're a winner, and it binds them in a way, preventing them from entering into their polarity response. And what they'll try to do is listen closely so they can come up with something to tell you, and thereby not interrupting you in your presentation. You get it? So what they're doing is they're paying attention so closely that they actually can't interrupt. And what they'll do then is when you stop, they'll say, well, you said this and I was curious why. And you go, that's incredibly important. I'm glad you noticed that. I knew there was no way that you couldn't bring that up, so I'm really glad you did. So think about it. Are they going to bring up the next thing they've noticed? No, probably not. Because they might fear you saying, I knew that you'd bring me that up too. And that kind of response really pisses off the polarity responder. So play with this, enjoy it, notice it, and come back again for tip number 6.